Welcome back to the Decompression Room. This is a series that I've created for all of my fellow friends, my loves, etc. to gather around campfire, aka my sunset lamp, and to slow down, to create a little space for yourself, to give yourself some of your own time, energy and attention. And today I'll be doing just that because tomorrow I'm going to see the absolute love of my life, Nolan. I'm buzzing, but my nails are in dire need of some TLC. So in today's video I am going to do my nails, and I'm also going to chit chat with you all just like I did last week. If you haven't seen the first episode, which this is episode 2, so the last episode came out last week, and you should go watch that if you haven't seen it, because I coloured and I talked, and it basically delves deeper into all about this series and everything that I want to come from it. So today I'm going to do basically the exact same thing, only I'm going to do my nails instead of little colour swatches. I will try to spice it up each week and do a little something different, you know, yourself. But for today my nails desperately need to be done. You can't really see them because there's nothing to even see. They were long, but I do taekwondo and they were getting a little too long that I couldn't do fists. And then that made me think that if I can't do fists in training, I'm not going to be able to do fists on the street. So I have to make them a little bit shorter for training. I'm just so excited. I love talking to you all, but do you know what? I'm going to hydrate. I would recommend getting a hot beverage because I'm a hot beverage kind of gal, but I'm back on the water again because it's actually currently 29 degrees in this bedroom right now, and I just cannot be arsed with that kind of heat and then added heat of a hot beverage. So you get the beverage and the snack that you desire. I will stick on the water, and nail dust realistically is what I'm gonna be eating. So while I do my nails, I wanted to talk a little about self-love. This is going to be something I talk about a lot on my channel, and especially in these decompression videos, especially because it's such a big topic, we can't cover it into one video. The angle I want to go at today is how summer is right around the corner, because I feel like summer is the time when we all get a little extra hard on ourselves, we all get a little extra mean to ourselves. And A, is it necessary? No. And B, definitely manageable, definitely something we can overcome. So I just wanted to have a little chat about that. So firstly, I'm going in with a little nail polish remover just to dehydrate the nail. I actually put like literally very, very little on that. I've already filed them to the length, and I filed the last like set that was just nude. I filed that off yesterday because that alone took me 2 hours. I do have an electric drill, but I was actually in Bessie's, surprise. I actually spent basically the entire week with her, so I wasn't home with my drill. I done it yesterday, so that way today I just have a little chin wag, a little chat-a-rooney, and I could also somewhat remotely concentrate and not take 7 hours to do my nails. Usually when I am doing my nails, I do a little builder gel, courtesy of Lola, because she brought me that, and then whatever design, and I think I might go in with some form of black tip and maybe a little gold, because I think tomorrow I might go all black for my outfit. For now I can't, to love me life. So let's talk about summer, and let's talk about self-love. I have so much to say on this topic because so much comes into how we treat ourselves, how we view ourselves, how we talk about ourselves, how we let other people talk about us, how we let other people treat us, and it all comes down, I feel like, to our level of like self-respect that we have for ourselves, and our level of self-appreciation and self-love. And like, you don't have to love yourself to be kind to yourself, realistically, right? I'm not like, by the end of this video, if you absolutely love and adore yourself and are never gonna let anybody treat you bad or talk bad to you ever again, slay, I can retire, my job is done. However, if by the end of this video you walk away and just feel a little bit kinder to yourself, also slay, I can retire, my job is done. I'm not going to, because we have a lot to work on. But my brain stopped working. It actually just went, no. The thing is that yes, we don't have to walk away loving ourselves, right? But I would like if you walked away from this video with a little bit of a better understanding that you don't have to change, you don't have to be any type of anything else to just be lovable as you are. You don't have to go and change your body just because summer is coming, or because you're going on holiday, or because you seen someone with a six-pack on bleeding social media. What you're seeing on social media is fake, and it's a highlight reel, realistically. Like, speaking even from experience, like if you go onto my Instagram page, and especially if you don't follow me, you should go onto my Instagram page and have a stalk and press that follow button. But like, I'm all about self-love, I'm all about being real and showing like the reality versus Insta and all that jazz, right? All about that life. However, you will still go onto my Instagram page and you will see my best parts, and you will see all my amazing travel journeys and all the literally the highlights of my life, because that's what social media is. You don't see people having a meltdown because they're overstimulated and autistic, #me. When you look on social media and you see this person, these people with the dream bod, the summer bod, etc., I would recommend unfollowing, firstly. I don't follow people unless they're like people I'm actually like, say like my sister or something. I don't follow people that make me feel shit about myself. Point blank period. I don't care who you are. I don't care if we work together. I don't care if you're famous. Like, I do not follow like Kim K. I don't follow people that make me feel shit about myself. I don't follow people that also don't have a similar body type to me, because back in the day, aka literally only a matter of a few years ago, I went to my base coat FYI, literally only a few years ago, I was following every influencer, every fucking skinny malink, every person with ripped abs, every gym influencer, etc. And I was scrolling through social media feeling like shit because these people had a body that I felt like I had to have. You don't have to exist in any other form or any other version of you than as you are right now. And it took me a really long time to realize that I couldn't get rid of my tummy because I'm supposed to have my tummy. My body was literally born to be thick. I was supposed to have thick thunder thighs. I was supposed to be a big chested girl. I was supposed to have bleeding like a booty that people would pay for. Like, I am supposed to be a thick girl, and that is part of my superpower in this world, is being a curvy ass bitch. And I love that for me, because people literally pay to have those things. You know what I mean? And you have a tummy? You have a tummy? An absolute beautiful, amazing part of you. People are so easy to be like, oh my god, my eyes are so pretty, oh my god, your nose is so cute, like da 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 da. But then when it comes to these social standards and these things that you're not supposed to have, you get absolutely criticized on them, and you criticize yourself on them, when realistically there's absolutely nothing wrong with how your body is right now, or how you look, or how your nose is shaped, or how, you know, your ears stick out, or how your voice sounds, or anything like that. Like, who you are in itself is so amazing and so beautiful. And for you to sit here and compare yourself and to judge yourself to people that you don't even know, firstly, on social media, just because you're seeing a highlight reel of the version of them, that is such a disservice to you, and that's such a disservice to your body that is keeping you alive and that is fighting for you every single day, that is like literally carrying you through the worst days of your life and carrying you through the worst nights and the worst moments of your life, and it's never ever ever giving up on you. And you're sitting here bullying it because social media says that there's something wrong with you. I give you full permission to put that down, because honestly, and trust me, like, I'm not trying to like give out to you. I'm trying to help you see that it's not necessary. It's not necessary to be mean to yourself just because social media is set. Like, I say social media, but it's not always just social media. Like, it's also your upbringing and your surroundings and your environment. All of these stuff, like, they play a huge role in how you view yourself and how you treat yourself. Take it from the girl who grew up being bullied because she had big huge fish lips, or because she had boobs when she was like, I don't know, 9. people are paying for this stuff now. People are paying to have lips like me. People are paying to have my ditties. People are paying to have my booty ass. And I'm just sitting here hashtag blessed. And the thing is that all of these things that you're being mean to yourself on, or all of these things that you're wishing that you had, or that like, aka summer bod, doesn't exist, because even when you're seeing like people with rock solid abs or whatever, that's posed, that's good lighting, that's the perfect, like in quote, hold on, that perfect outfit. I mean, that's not even real. Like, people that have abs still have a squidgy belly when they don't flex. The thing above all of this is that when you do give in, spike. Fuck your man. Sorry. Absolutely born in the hand off myself again. When you do follow stuff like this, and when like fitness influencers, or people with the dream bod, or people that like don't make you feel great about yourself, in addition to allowing people into your life that criticize your body, tell you what to eat, tell you how to, you know, what to wear or what not to wear, etc. When you're surrounded by this energy, it's almost like you're letting in that energy. You're essentially letting people, so for example, right, I don't speak bad about myself. I don't call myself ugly. I don't call myself fat. I have insecure days, and I have days where I say I feel insecure today because I don't feel ugly. Ugly isn't a feeling. Anyway, if I was to let someone else sit in front of me, even if it was a joke, and talk bad about me, that's still gonna, like, my brain's not gonna know the difference between what's real and what's like, what's not. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's a scientific fact. Your brain doesn't know the difference. So I don't surround myself with people as much as I can, because it is a little bit hard. Sometimes your family are not the most amazing people, etc. Sometimes your family can be these kind of people that will criticize you and say, oh, you know, it's just because I love you, but you're fat. That's not actually very nice. Sorry about it. I choose not to let these kind of people in my life. Like, I don't have friends that make me feel like shit. I don't follow people that makes me feel like shit, or that makes me question my worth, or that makes me doubt myself or my ability to get everything that I want, etc. Do you know what I mean? So just not letting that energy into your life as much as you possibly can is one of the highest forms of self-respect that you can have. Like, you choosing to follow Kim K just because she's popular, even though every time you go onto her page you compare your whole entire existence and your whole worth. And that also goes for even people with just, like, say if you one day want to have like loads of money, but right now you're not there, and you're following like fake rich people, essentially. Like, I use Kim K because she's a good example of, like, for me, she's a good example of unrealistic body types, etc. Because obviously she's had work done, etc. Like, go her and all that. Like, no hate towards her, but she just does make me feel amazing in myself. Do you know what I mean? FYI, I done one hand of the gel, went in with the base coat, went in with the gel, and then now I'm just gonna dehydrate the gel a little bit, and then I'm gonna, so I done like a tiny flat piece of, like a tiny flat coat of the gel, and then I'm just gonna shape it now in a sec. Whew. I'm very passionate about this subject. I just feel like in 2025 we shouldn't be hating on ourselves. We shouldn't be still feeling crap about ourselves and still allowing the energy in that makes us feel disrespected or makes us feel like we're any less than we are. Because you are literally, I don't even know you, to the person who is watching this right now, and without even knowing you, I already know that you deserve everything that you want, and you deserve, and in that you deserve to feel fucking amazing about yourself. The average Joe is not going to be watching a video about self-love. They're not, because so many people are afraid to take that step because they have to face so much of themselves. When you go on a self-love journey, you have to face so much of yourself, and I wish more people were more open to it, and I definitely want to talk about that down the line, and I want to, you know, welcome new people into that journey and teach people how to go on that journey. But let me teach you one thing right now. in order to love yourself, you need to stop disrespecting yourself. In order for you to feel a little, even like 1% more confident this summer when you go out in your body as it is, not when you go to the gym, not when you, like, yes, go to the gym and be healthy and take care of your body, but for different reasons. Not, you cannot hate yourself into loving yourself. I've tried it, I've been there, I did not succeed. I only started to actually genuinely love myself when I started to respect myself. And people always say, oh, you know, like, you gotta fake it till you make it and all of this jazz. Like, yeah, that plays a role into it, you know, like, especially more so with affirmations and stuff. Like, the first time I ever told myself I loved myself, I did not believe that. I didn't. I was like laughing at myself and I cringed so hard. But the thing is that eventually when I kept saying it and I kept faking it, I made it, and now I do love myself. And I'm sitting here and I'm teaching other people all around the world to also love themselves. Summer is rolling around, guys, and I already see it even in myself. I've noticed, like, more so with my wardrobe, I find it's a little bit hard when you're a little bit of a curvy human being. It's a little bit harder in the summer because you sweat from every crevice of your body. Let me tell you how much. I've noticed that I have been a little bit hyper aware of my clothes because, you know, the tummy is there and she's present and she's been hiding behind comfy ass jumpers all winter, and even a little bit in the spring, because I live in Ireland and we actually just basically have about 2 weeks of sunshine. My point being that I have noticed it even in myself, and that's why I wanted to talk about it, because your appearance and how you show up in the world it's going to be another factor into you learning to respect yourself and to become okay with yourself and to accept yourself, right? So for me, when I dress like a slob, I feel like a slob. When I dress like a sexy ass bad bitch, I feel like a sexy ass bad bitch. When I do my nails, I feel like a baddie. When I don't do my nails and they're all grown out and they're all rotten and not amazing, I feel that. It's a direct, hold on, I'm gonna actually turn this a little bit. It's a direct, I don't know if result is the word, but it's pretty linear, side by side. How you show up, how you treat yourself, how you let other people treat you, how, you know, the clothes you wear, the energy you allow into your life, the energy you show up as, it's linear to how you're going to feel about yourself. It's a direct result of how you are going to feel about yourself. I just want us in this summer, in this, like, I know summer has technically already started because it's like now July when you're watching this. Happy National Kayla month, because it's my birthday on the 24th of July. Therefore it's my birthday 24/7. Therefore it's my birthday every day. Where's my birthday present? I want us to feel better about ourselves this summer. I want us to stop being so mean to ourselves. Stop comparing ourselves to literally everybody else's highlight reel. To stop, like, literally speaking to ourselves bad. To stop showing up in the world as if we are somebody that we hate. To stop also hating on ourselves. I know you deserve so much love and so much compassion and so much acceptance and so much admiration and so much love, and I feel like in order for you to get that anywhere externally, you have to have at least a baseline of a good relationship with yourself. And especially if you want anything significant from life, it's so much harder to get the life that we want to get when you hate yourself. It's so much harder to go traveling the world when you don't believe that you deserve to get on a plane, when you don't believe that you deserve money, so you go and self-sabotage and spend all your money. It's so much harder to, you know, get the dream job when you feel like you're a worthless piece of shit and you don't believe that you deserve this job, or you don't believe that you're good enough for this job, or that you point blank period that you deserve it. Do you know what I mean? Or that you have the worth for it. Your relationship with yourself affects every single aspect of your life, and you might not think it, but like the relationships that you have around you, and all of these other factors that I mentioned already, like the people you follow on social media and the clothes that you wear and all of that kind of thing, like all of that is a direct result and a direct almost image of how you feel about yourself. Whew. I'm out of breath from bleeding talking. I could actually, like, I could talk about this forever. Like, I could actually talk about self-love for the rest of my days, because when I was a little teeny bopper, I very much was in my self-hate era. I did not have any self-respect. I didn't care about myself. And it showed up in my actions, like the relationships that I was getting into, the amount of relationships, the people that I was surrounded with, like how I was talking to myself, how I was treating the people around me, even the people that I loved the most in the whole world. Like my best friend got the fucking back end of my self-hatred back in the day. Obviously we're a lot more compassionate and nice to each other now, but like back in the day we were not nice to each other and we were not kind to each other because we were both in a very self-hating kind of place. Not that that's an excuse to treat other people bad or anything like that. Like, trauma is never an excuse to be a horrible person or anything. However, only when I started to love myself, I was able to show up as a better friend. I was able to show up as a better human being. I was able to show up better for my job, etc. That goes for you. Anything you want in this life, hold on, I'm just concentrating. Anything you want in this life will only be a million times better, a million times more successful when you have a decent relationship with yourself. And you don't have to walk away from this video. You don't have to walk away from this video loving yourself. You just have to walk away from this video with it, understanding that you can have more, that you are literally made for more, and it all starts with how you treat yourself. So, here's some things that you can do, right? A, watch to the end of this video. B2, I always forget, subscribe to my channel so that way we can have more chats like this. And then also, give yourself a chance. Actually commit time and energy to yourself. And I don't want you to go out and join the gym and, you know, do all these stereotypical self-care things, okay? Like, get in a bath and then put on a face mask and do this. No, that's glamorized self-care. I want you to commit to yourself, to commit to your life, to commit to all of the things that you want, all of the things that I, a stranger, perhaps a stranger, your internet big sis, your internet best friend, that I know that you deserve. You can do that by just being a little bit nicer to yourself every day. Let's start with that. Like, I don't want to overwhelm you and say you're gonna go and you're gonna do this and you're gonna get all these affirmations and because realistically, especially if you're ADHD, right, you're gonna go and you're gonna do that for about 5 minutes and then the dopamine is gonna wear off. We're in here for the long haul. We're in here to change our lives and to change our relationship with ourselves and to work on our relationship with ourselves. And that's going to start by you making little adjustments in your environment and you making a little... I could actually talk for Ireland, I swear to God. It's going to change... I actually need to just stop talking for a minute. It's going to start with you making these adjustments to your life. So, for example, stop following people that make you feel like shit. Go right now. I don't care if you follow 4,000 people, unfollow 4,000 people. If all those 4,000 people are making you feel like shit, are making you question your worth, or making you feel like you're a horrible human being, that you're not good enough, that you're not pretty enough, that you're not enough, point blank period, because they're not adding value to your life. Maybe they might entertain you here and there. Maybe it's a trend to follow them. Maybe your friends follow them. Maybe they are your friend. But if they're making you feel like shit, if they're making you question anything about you or your worth or your value or who you are in this world or the purpose that you have in this world, bye-bye. See ya! Hot girl summer. Hot girl summer. Taking no shit. Goodbye. See ya. I have unfollowed friends, I've unfollowed family, I've unfollowed all of the famous people. I think I follow about 400 people on Instagram, and even at that I do a declutter every now and then, because sometimes people, they say a little thing or two, or you know, sometimes you just don't vibe with that energy anymore. I highly suggest you go and unfollow people that are making you feel like shit. And think about as well how much time you're subconsciously or consciously consuming that content or consuming that energy, and you're just essentially, by you not going and not unfollowing them or not taking any action, that's you saying, you know what, actually I accept that energy, I deserve that energy. No, you don't. You don't deserve people that makes you feel like shit. I don't care who it is. Nobody in this world has a right to make you feel like shit or to make you question your worth or value. And I will say that until I actually run out of oxygen in my lungs. Nobody on this planet has any amount of power or any reason to make anyone else feel like shit. I don't care who you are. I don't care what you do. I don't care how much money you have. Nobody on this planet has any right to make anyone else question their worth or their value in this world, especially not an influencer or anything like that, or your family. Like, it really wrecks my head when you see like your own family members going, maybe you shouldn't wear that, do you really think you should eat that, you've gained a little weight, shut up. Like, it's actually none of your business. If you unfollow someone because they don't make you feel amazing and gorgeous and slaying and like the best human on a freaking earth, that's okay, and I give you full permission to do that, because I've had enough of us girly poppers, girly gays, and anyone else watching hating ourselves. And I just the world already has so much hate in it. There's no space for that energy anymore. It might be uncomfortable, and that's okay, because nothing worth having ever came to us comfortably or easily. Even if you don't believe it yet, that again is a result of their impact that they've had on you. And it's okay if you don't believe that you're worth good things yet. It's okay if you don't believe that you're worth the energy of fighting for yourself or respecting yourself, because all of those results, all of those feelings, they come after. Am I even in focus this whole time? I really hope I am. Okay, I'm just gonna hope that I'm in focus. Actually don't even care anymore, because the main thing is that you can hear me and that you can hear what I'm saying. Now, I've done the gel on one hand. I'm actually just gonna ever so slightly foil it just a little bit, because I may have overspilled some gel here and there. And while I do that, I want to tell you something else that you can do to mind yourself a little bit better over the summer days. I want you to start being a little bit aware of what else is making you question your worth, question your body, make you be mean to yourself. Try catch it. Try notice the moments that you're like, is it that when you're in your luteal phase, you're standing in front of a mirror and then all of a sudden you absolutely hate your whole entire existence? But maybe we need to take a little look into those moments. You can't change that behavior if you're not even aware of that behavior. If you're not even aware of those moments when you're talking bad about yourself, or when you're being hard on yourself, when you're making mistakes, etc. I actually talked about that in my last decompression video. It's so okay to make mistakes, but the thing is that we all get so hard on ourselves when we do. Notice when you do. Notice when you're hard on yourself. Notice when you're mean to yourself, because these are the moments that are going to change this behavior. You cannot change how you treat yourself if you're not aware of how you treat yourself and what those triggers are. Actually, let me give you an example of something that I am still hard on myself over. My career. I am probably the most ambitious person you'll ever meet in your whole entire life. The thing about that is, although it's a blessing, it's also a little bit of a curse, because if I'm not working, I tend to question my value, my worth, my impact on this world. If I'm not hustling, my body goes, oh, but like, obviously, today was a waste, even though today I had an amazing day, So try find those triggers, because without being aware of it, you literally can't change it. And then when you do, maybe just try catch it. You're standing in front of a mirror and you're like, oh, my tummy looks a little bit rounder today, or realistically you're gonna be probably a little bit more mean to yourself. Try to think about it as you are your own friend. Would you talk about your best friend the way you talk about yourself? Would you talk about your best friend in the tone of voice that you're speaking to yourself? Would you say those words to your best friend that you're saying to yourself? Like the words fat, the words like piece of shit, da 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 da. I'm just using these as examples. That's how I used to speak to myself back in the day. The answer is no. You're not going to speak to another human being if you're a half-decent human being. You're not going to speak to another human being even half as hard as you speak to yourself. And a part of loving yourself is treating yourself like you would want to be treated. Treating yourself like you would treat everybody else. Giving yourself some of that love and attention and affection and worth and value. Giving that all back to yourself, even 1% that you give to everybody else. I want my legacy when I die, not to be morbid, but when I die, I want to leave a legacy of love. And not only to other people, but also to myself. Because at the end of the day, you are the only person that you have in this life. You are the person that you will have for your entire life, from birth until literal death. And I am blessed because I have a lot of people, aka my bestie, etc. I have a lot of people that love me and that will probably be here for a very long time. But I am the only person that I will have forever, that I will have for my entire existence. Why would I be mean to my person? Like, why would I be mean to myself? Why would I be mean and horrible and not be my own friend and not, like, and I know as well that social media can tend to make self-love feel a little bit cringe, and especially when you're on the beginning of this journey and you're on the days where you're still hating yourself, or where you're not necessarily your friend, even let alone your best friend, etc. It can feel cringe, it can feel uncomfortable. Maybe I don't know you, maybe I do, but that's all I want for anybody, is to have everything that they want. That's all I want for myself, to have everything that I want. And while doing that, also having a good relationship with yourself. Like, I don't want you to hate yourself into success, or to hate yourself into like your dream job or your dream anything. I want you to love yourself into absolutely every single thing that you deserve in this life. I'm just going in with a nude now, like just for a little bit of an extra base coat, because the gel isn't a bad colour, it's just a little bit more pink than what I'd like right now. But I put too much on that one. I just want you to catch those moments where you're being mad at yourself, or where you're being mean to yourself, etc. And try to replace that mad. Like, it will take practice. The first few times you will not get it right. But even if afterwards, like say if you're at that having a moment where you're like, oh, my body is so da-da-da, I shouldn't look like this, da-da-da, saying whatever, and you're being hard on yourself. Even if it's a half an hour later and you catch it and you're like, maybe I shouldn't have, reacted in such a way. Apologize to yourself like you would if you got mean to somebody else. Like, your relationship with yourself is essentially like the relationships that you have externally, and I think that that's not spoken about enough, that you can just treat yourself, like, not can just, like that makes it sound so small, but you should / can, I don't know how to say this, but like, your relationship with yourself can be formed on the basis of your relationships with other people. You are taught to be kind to other people. You are taught to love and treat other people kindly, etc. To make other people laugh when you're sad, to take care of other people when they're sick, etc, etc, etc. But that also goes for you. It also goes for your relationship with you. It's so doable. I'm living proof that you can come from literally hating yourself and still turn out and love yourself. You can come from nothing and still be everything. You can come from no money and still have money, etc. You can be everything that you want to be, and you were made for more, because you wouldn't watch this video if you didn't even remotely, even 1% want more from your life. As summer comes around, this lighting's actually banging in. I want you to try to be a little bit nicer to yourself. Try to be a little bit more aware of how you're treating yourself, how you're speaking to yourself, how you're letting other people treat you. And sometimes it does mean that you cut those people out that isn't treating you amazing. And if you don't feel like that's possible right now, maybe you could just, you know, take a step back from that relationship. Another way that you can also, you know, feel a little bit better in yourself until you actually feel better about yourself is through your appearance. And that's why I wanted to talk about all of this while I'm doing my nails, because even just my nails, like when they're not feeling great, I'm not feeling great. When they're all grown out, I'm not the most confident human being ever. And it's funny because it is just a little thing that you wouldn't expect to have such an like a big impact. Excuse me. But it's also something that can, on the flip side, have such a big impact, because when your nails are together, you do feel a little bit more together. And that doesn't mean you have to go out and do your nails. Like, I'm literally at home doing my own nails for free. Well, obviously initial payment, you know what I mean. I'm going in with another bit of nail polish remover that I have to buy more of. I've decided, courtesy of Bestie Bex, that I'm going to do a black tip with some stickers. The stickers are like gold and moons and stars and stuff like that. I still have a whole other hand to do, and I've spent an hour talking already. That's actually insane. So speaking of appearance and appearances, let me just actually find the black. Oh, did I not get the black? Whew. Recently I was on my period, and usually when I'm in around my period, I don't want to like work, like do YouTube, etc. So it's usually when I do like my research or like stuff like that. I was looking into like how to essentially create like a capsule wardrobe. See, I have so many clothes, and anytime I get bored of my clothes, I want to go and want to spend loads of money. But I'm currently, you know, saving a few bobbers so that way I can like move out, so that way I can like live life, etc, etc. So I didn't really want to spend money on a whole new wardrobe, so I was basically learning how to create new outfits from the clothes I already had. Now I might have to concentrate a little bit more. When I was doing this, I was learning so much about like appearance and how we show up and the clothes that we wear and our body type, and you know, like just being confident in your wardrobe, etc. I think that this actually helped me so much about feeling good in my clothes, because I always feel good in my clothes. Like when I get new clothes, I feel good in them for about 2 weeks, and then I'm like, I need new clothes. When realistically I don't. I have like so many clothes, and when I done this, I actually tried on every single item of clothing that I had. Now that might be a bit much for some people, but I did it, and I made new outfits out of all the clothes that I had. Outfits that I never would have even like thought of. Went onto Pinterest, found some like outfit inspo, and then also was like YouTube and like how to like style my clothes proper and stuff like that. Hold on, I just concentrate for 2 seconds. Good old French tip can always, you know, you can always rely on her. I'm gonna try at least do a skinny French tip, because these nails aren't actually that long. I think that everybody should do that, because we spend actually too much money on clothes. But that's something that has made me feel confident since. You know, actually putting some effort into what you're wearing, actually putting some effort into yourself, into your appearance, because you have every right to show up on a casual Tuesday feeling like the baddest bitch in town. Every single right, and nobody has any right to tell you otherwise, because I'll bait them if they try. You have every right to feel confident in who you are, in what you wear, in just even if it's just a casual Thursday and you're going for a coffee and you absolutely slay the outfit. You're so allowed to do that. And then I also made fits for like days that I'm not really feeling like I want to put so much effort in. Like, learn to do a good slick back. I promise you don't look bald. I promise you don't look like an egg. Learn to do a good slick back. It actually will save your entire existence. It'll save you so much time and energy and effort. You will feel so put together, because on those lazy days, that gets me through life. Girls, I still have to do a whole other hand, and I'm already yapping for a solid hour. So I might do the other hand off camera. Purely just to save both of our sanity, and also we don't want a storage recap of last week. Oh, I'm buzzing for an Nolan tomorrow. Actually so excited. Every time I listen to his songs, I just stop my heart, to be honest. Do you know what, actually? Let me tell you this little story. Noah Khan, his song Call Your Mom. It's essentially about staying alive when you don't really want to be alive on the planet, etc. And I heard that song when I very much did not want to be alive or on the planet. And the thing is that I didn't want to be alive or on the planet because my relationship with myself was deteriorating. It was like very unhealthy at the time. I was like not taking care of myself, not taking my meds, not taking essentially responsibility for myself. And that's a direct result of my relationship with myself. It's a direct highlight reel, if you will, of how I felt about myself. I felt like I didn't deserve to be taken care of, then therefore wasn't taking care of myself, and then therefore didn't want to be alive. Yeah, that is the power of having an unhealthy relationship with yourself. And ironically, I heard that song 2 years ago, wanted to unalive myself 2 years ago. And I know I say that very casually, but I've talked about it like a lot on social media and stuff, so ironically, I don't know if that's a word, but I'm gonna use it. Since then, like since those last 2 years, I have had the best years of my life. I went to Italy, also vlogged that in case you haven't seen it. I've traveled so much, firstly. I've gone to Italy, which was my dream trip. Oh shit, I said I was gonna do this tin and now it's like really thick. Maybe I can save it. I have developed a way better relationship with myself. I have also quit like working for other people completely. I now work for myself on my dream job, which is just crazy when you actually think about it. Like, I literally could have left the planet and, you know, not being here to witness literally my best days because I didn't like myself enough. So in order for us to not get to those places, I want to help people to have a better relationship with themselves, so that way they can mind themselves and love themselves and care about themselves enough that they always take care of themselves, at least enough to want to be here for their best days. FYI, I just had to redo essentially the whole little French tip. Yeah, so I am gonna go and I know I said, paint my nails with me, do my nails with me, da 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 da. Then I spoke for an hour about something I'm very passionate about. This is going to be a long out video, but I didn't expect to only have one hand done. And now I'm about to do a French tip, so kind of need me concentration levels, you know what I mean? Now let me see. Do I like that? I might go a little bit thicker on the other side. Guys, I want us to all have a slaying time over the summer and over the rest of our lives. I feel like the world is just so mean and it's so not nice and it's so grey and gloomy all the time that we don't all also need to be grey and gloomy to ourselves. Do you know what I mean? There's already so much going against you in this life that you don't need to be one of those things that is also going against you. You need to be the one that is protecting yourself, that is loving yourself, that is taking care of yourself so good that nothing else can even remotely break you or shake you. And that's not to say that my relationship with myself is absolutely amazing and superb, but it's definitely good enough that I'm not out here questioning my entire existence anymore, or questioning if I'm worth loving just enough to stay alive. So I might go and just do the last few bits off camera. I will do a little shot for you just at the end because I don't want this video to be 7 years long. Sure, you'd never bleed do anything else with your life. Only one of us needs to be tortured. So what I'll do is I'll go and I'll do this and I'll show you the end results. But before I do that, before I walk away, I want you to let me know in the comments if, yeah, because I need to do the whole bleeding nail all over again. I want you to let me know in the comments if you found any value in this. If you need any, like, how are you feeling about yourself? Do you need any support this summer? Do you need me to text you every day and tell you that you're the most amazing human being on the planet? Because I will. I absolutely will. I am here for that. I am here for the self-love club. I am absolutely CEO of that self-love club, and I am never will ever let anybody walk away feeling like shit after seeing my videos, etc. Do you know what I mean? I don't want that. I want people to feel empowered and feel like they own their life, because you do, and you have so much responsibility and so much power over your life. And I just want you to walk away from this video feeling even 1% better about yourself, and even 1% better about your situation and your life, just, and who you are, and the control you have over all of that madness. So let me know in the comments if you want more self-love chatty videos, because I can go and delve deep into all of this. In case you haven't noticed, I could talk about self-love until my ears actually bleed out my skull. However, I just want you to walk away from this video and walk into the rest of this summer, especially as the hotter days come around, and especially to anyone who does feel like they get harder on their physical appearance around the summertime. I want you to walk away from all of this and to just know that you have permission to show up as you are, exactly as you are, no changing, no nothing, and still have value and worth, and just permission to show up as you are, essentially. You don't have to go, you don't have to change, you don't have to buy anything, you don't have to do anything different. You are allowed to show up in this world as you are, and you will still have value and worth, and you will still be loved. And maybe you might need to make some adjustments into loving yourself a little bit more, into treating yourself a little bit kinder, and we can work on that. And there are things that are possible, and let me be your living proof that those things are possible, and that you can treat yourself nicer, and that you can be your worst critic and turn into your biggest fan. It's a bit hard for me to say that I'm my biggest fan, because I actually think that Becky would physically fight me and because I really think my best friend really truly is my biggest fan. And I mean, I think I would love for everybody to have a best friend like her, because she's just amazing. That's why I talk about her so much. Like, she is a side character on my channel, because she's actually just she's one of me limbs at this, right? Anytime I'm questioning my worth or anything, she is there to remind me of the bad bitch that I am. So I want to be that for you guys. Anytime you feel like you need a big sister to remind you, or I'm not that big, to be honest, I'm 2'0", but like, anytime you need an internet bestie, I am here. You send me a message, I've got you, I've got your back. I will remind you that you are the baddest bitch in town, and that your body is deserving of love and kindness and worth and value, and it has all of those things, and you just need to see it, and I will be there, okay? So while I go and do the rest of my nails, I want you to remember those things. I want you to walk away and maybe even be like, do you know what, thank you to myself for watching this video. Like, I thank you for watching this video, and I love and appreciate you for watching this video, but I am so proud of you for watching this video, because this is one of the first steps into treating yourself a little bit kinder, and especially over these coming weeks where we all get a little bit harder on ourselves, simply because the sun is out, and because we're supposed to have a summer body. You already have a summer body. You have a body, go put it in a bikini. Thank you, goodbye. Like, this shit should be taught in fucking skill long division. Tell me where that is in my life right now. So let me show you, and then I'll do another one, right? So this is how far I've gotten. Hold on, wait. I need to get closer. Can you see the little tip that I put on? So this is all I have so far. Just this one tip, and I have these nails, and this is my other hand that has literally nothing on it. So I'm gonna finish these nails. I might watch a bit of Netflix, and then I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna show you, just so you get the end result. So technically I kept my word, but let me tell you one thing, I love you, okay? And not because of how you look, not because of the fact that you watch this video. I love you just because you are you, and I hope that one day you love you too. Anyway, I'll see you in a minute. Cool, action, take 2.